innocent anymore, and they've awakened from the reality of the world that, their language and speech is slowly affected by that. And, for example, child laborers speak bad words, and their way of talking to people is different than the
normal child,
than the normal children.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've tackled about the effect of the early work to the child's social well-being. Now we will go to the effect of early working to the physical well-being of the child. Mr. Joshua, do you think this imposes threats to the physical health of a child?
Since these particular child laborers they grow up unguided by their parents, and since they are exposed to the vast environment of not only our university but to our whole country, threats on their physical well-being are unavoidable. But these threats make their body and immune system strong to
more resistance, like
yes, to make their cells more resistant to the sickness that can be brought up by their environment.
All right. Now, Casey, I'd like to ask you, how does the working environment affect the child's growth?
Yes. As we have mentioned that our topic is about the working environment being our university.
Yes.
And I think that this working environment plays a huge role in a child, because this is not only about the physical well-being of the child. This also constitutes to a child's thinking on how he views himself. Like, he can see people who are learning. He can see people who are one step away from succeeding in life. And I personally think that this makes the child want that for himself. That would make him want to achieve more, would make him want to finish his own studies, to be able to, to be able to succeed in life as well.
Yes, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, the discussants pointed out that there are really effects on the child's physical health of these early work. Now we will go to the last part of the three sections of this discussion, the effects of early working or child labor to the psychological wellness of a child. Mr. Christian, can you discuss about the effects of child labor to the psychological wellness of a child?
As what Casey said, there is actually an effect on the there's an effect to the child's growth with respect to the environment and with respect to his thinking. Mm-hmm. So basically, when you see, on my experience, when I interviewed some child laborers in the university, their family are actually related to each other. So basically, their community is somewhat family related. So as a norm, when you see someone as a child, when you see someone that is actually working in an early age, you are actually seeing yourself, what will you gonna do? What will you also gonna do? So actually, you will be working also because you are seeing a child which is working. So
sense of belongingness.
So you are feeling you need to feel the sense of belongingness.
Yes. Can you explain the sense of belongingness to family?
For either instance, in a family, if your brother wants a phone, then you also want that phone, right? Mm-hmm. So, I think that's the reason why the children keeps on working. They have this thinking that I need to work for my family because other children are also working for their family. So, I think the influence of the environment around them is one factor of their psychological.
So you're saying that these actually they're seeking for belongingness.
Yes.
Because this is actually a need of any person, the sense of belongingness. All right, now we've tackled about the effects of child labor to the social, psychological, and physical well-being of the child. We will now go to the last part of the discussion. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be discussing about how this discussion will be of significant use to the different sectors of the society. I would like to ask Joshua, how can this information help teachers to, better understand and address the issue of child labor?
This discussion could have significant use to the teachers because for them to be knowledgeable of their students' state of life, and for the teachers to also know if the too many schoolworks or loads of assignments, coursework to the children adds to his or her pain to that particular child laborer's life. So this could be significant to
the
teacher.
Now, we will ask Mr. Christian, how can this be information of help to the local government of the society?
So, the local government should have the initiative to resolve this problem in the community, because in this discussion it is evident that there is actually an negative effect of child laborers into the group of these children. So, for this discussion, the local government should impose laws or bills or ordinances that will help them not to work anymore, but to give them the right for education and other things that will make them a better children.
All right. So you're saying that this can be of significant help to
For
the
the
local
local
governments. Now we will go to the social workers. Miss Annelie, how do you think this discussion will help the social workers address the issue of child labor?
I think this discussion and the information from our discussion here will greatly help the social workers in dealing with the child laborers. For instance, they would know how to approach them if they want the approach to be a childly, or if the child labor wants to be approached in a cute way, or like a child, or like an adult, or they will know if the child will run away from them. They will easily know if the child, on how the child will respond, on how they will go, on how they will talk to the child and deal with the child. So, in the approach, yes. I think the information here will greatly help them in approaching and dealing with the children's attitude.
Thank you, Miss Annelie. Now, Casey, we will go to the authority. How can you think this discussion will help the authority to, better understand and therefore maybe perhaps minimize the number of or the presence of child labor in the community?
Yes, about the authority. Now, this is not like specific authorities such as the police. We're not talking about that here. The authority that we're talking about here is that the teachers, the local government, and those social workers. Those are the authorities that we're talking about. And as they have all mentioned, the authorities would benefit from this discussion. And because personally I think that this is not something that could be resolved by a single organization or a single person, that each of those that you have tackled are actually interconnected, that how the social workers are, those are the people who they have the actual claim on how to deal with specific individuals, and the teachers, they have the more intimate level of knowledge about the children. And I think that the local government have this ultimate power, ultimate authority on dealing with this, because they are the ones who make laws and bills about this.
So you're saying that every sector of the society has a part regarding the regarding this issue of child labor.
Yes.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard the different sides of these four people with me regarding the issue of child labor. I would like to thank every one of you, ladies and gentlemen, for being so open regarding this issue. You have evaluated the issue of child labor effectively and, efficiently. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to impart that we have to respect. We have to absolutely respect the rights of the children, because this will help them to actually be mature and develop in harmony. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening.
Oh my God! Gano'ng tagal?